Well, hello there. This is Jeff Erdman, E.D.S. Inc. Shandon, and we're going to make a little video tonight. We've got a little project that we have to make some gears and to transfer motion from one point to another. I'll explain that later once we get into that. In fact, that might be a secondary video. This first video that we're going to be shooting, or what I'm doing right now, is getting everything in order, and a lot of progress has been made in the shop. I've hired an older retired gentleman that has been a friend of mine since, oh boy, I probably met him the first time in my life, about 13. He's a construction worker. He's retired now, doesn't have much to do, and I said, well, come on down here, I've got some organization for you. So he's been putting all my bits and that sort of thing into a drawer setup so that it's a little bit more organized, and we'll end up labeling everything. And now he's moving the shelves that you see in the back over back behind my mill, and so that we can put a stairway up to our loft above us behind. So what I'm doing tonight is getting my mill ready. I've already taken the old reader and well, I'll grab that real quick. So this was the old reader. You can see it's pretty thrashed and all basically terminated. It's never worked from the day that I got the machine. So I got a new one, and I've put that on the machine tonight. I still have to hook it up, or hook up the reader, the little reader itself onto the scale. Actually, it hooks to the machines, and it draws it along the scale back and forth, and that's how you read it gets the reading on it. At any rate, I still have to make that connection. I'm kind of taking a break from that for a few moments, and I'm leveling my machine. So I'll show you my setup on that. So the machine has never been leveled. Let me get this, since I've moved it. So we're going to move you around here. So I've got two precision levels. I don't know that you'll be able to see that or not. Right now the bubble is way down here on this one, so this end needs to come up. And on this bubble, on this level, there are two precision levels. Sterets. This end, whoops, no, this end needs to come up. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to try to get it level this way, and then we'll work on this direction. So I don't know if you can see that bubble, but we'll go ahead and we'll put you on that, and we'll watch that as we go. Okay, well, we've got our bubbles pretty much on. I'm going to take the camera off the stand. You can see this bubble. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Pretty near right on the money there. This bubble here. Right on the money. So we've got her level finally. So I'll take you around the unit a little bit here. Let's see. Back it out. Have to keep the cord plugged in, so it's going to take some jury wigging. Hang on. Okay, so there she is. We got her all level. We've got the DRO hooked up. Haven't turned it on yet. Don't know whether she works or not. If you remember in one of my previous videos, it took a hit. It didn't look like there was any damage to it. I've taken and put my new scale and reader on it. I don't have the reader hooked up yet to the table. I've got to do that yet. I decided to take a little break and do something else for a few minutes, clear my mind. And once I do that, we'll check the DRO, see if it's working. Cycle the machine. Oh, I have to put some oil in the machine, but because I did some work on it before. So that's what we got going here. And I've cleaned up the shop a little bit from the last time that we shot a video. One of the things that I did is over here we got this grinder going, and this is I'd like to repaint this. Somebody went and put some paint on that before the auction. But I wanted you to hear this thing. It's pretty quiet for a big old 2-inch wheel on it like that. The rattling is in the cover here. The wheel over there is a little bit out of balance. I'll have to look into that and figure what's going on with that one. But this one seems to be riding well. So I got myself a nice grinder, a big 2-inch wheel on that. Actually, it's probably bigger than that. I'll get a tape measure and we'll take a look at that and see what that wheel's diameter is. It might be 2.5. Grab a tape over here. Now, this doesn't have a brake on it. Now, this isn't the place where it's going to be. We're going to move. I'm going to build a loft and put all my grinding equipment. Yeah, it's 2 inches. 2-inch wheel. So, because I don't think it's a good idea to have my grinding equipment down here where all my lathes and other stuff is. So we're going to put a right where that post is. I got a 6x6 post I'm going to put across there. I'm going to build and from there to there we'll build a loft, and I'll build out of that steel I got up in Washington a truss, and we'll have 3 tubes in the back that'll support that, and so the loft will be about where that line is right there on that wall and go on up. So that'll give me about 9 feet of head space after I'm done, and it'll give me enough room to set all my grinders up there. And so that's going to be another project down the line. I want to show you what I'm doing back here. Oops, I went and pulled the battery again. Okay, oh, I'm still running. Sorry about all that shakiness. So anyway, I've got, I put my hold downs up here in the ceiling. I can easily reach those. They're above head level, so I'll never bang my head against that. So those are all up there. And all my drawers, I'm putting new bottoms in, and we're felting the bottoms. So I'll show you what we're doing down here. You can see this is my sheet of paper that tells me what's in here. But you can see that I've got individual slots for all my bits, and so all the bits of the same size are all going in the same slots, and so we're getting this all finished up. All these have their dimensions on here, so we know what they are. And as you can see, this is all the felt that I put in here, and dividers between each bit, so that they're not clanging against each other and doling them. So when we get this all done, you can see all the bits here and here, and all the felt. So they're just moving against the wood and the felt, so they're pretty safe. So my other tools, like the mics and all that stuff, will be in the upper drawers, make it a little bit easier access for those. And then we'll put labels on each one of these describing what's in the box, so it'll make it a lot more efficient. These cases up here, I don't know if you can see those there, but these are filled with all sorts of, well, I got my taper pins in here, spring pins, I've got all sorts of fasteners and that sort of thing, and the same in this, a bunch of different types of fasteners. And then the shelf above here, I'll have some of my publications will be sitting up on that shelf, and some of my specialized tools and that sort of thing will go up there. We'll be putting other shelves up here as we go. So it's kind of tight back here. You got to watch your head because this thing will clang you good. But I got limited space, so we're going to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and get going with hooking up that DRO now that I got the table level, and then we'll get to work with some machining tonight. Okay, the moment of truth. We've got everything hooked up now. Does this puppy work or not? Switch is on. Ah, there she goes. Now let's set our DRO. Okay, let's see if we have our axes. Look at that, we got our X. See if we got our Y. Look at that, we got our Y. What about our Z? There we go. So all is working well with the mill vision. Totally tickled. Totally tickled. Okay, so now that we got this all set up, I've got to seal a few holes or leaks in the system, fill her with oil, and then we can start machining. So we'll get going. Okay, we've got our aluminum in here. We're going to face it off real quick, and then we'll flip around, face the other side, and then we'll do drill it out. Okay, to convert this to horizontal mill, you have to pull this head off. So I've got a hoist here. It's hooked up to the head. I got a chain and a hook up here. And I've got tension on it already. So I'm just going to unbolt these things and we'll pull this head out and set it aside. Now, this was originally on a hinge. You can see the hinge here. Unfortunately, it got busted. The casting broke. So I'm going to have to rebuild that hinge. That's one of the jobs that I have to do to get things going here. It's not a priority because I've got other things going. One of the major things I got done today that I was tickled about was getting the DRO up and running. That just totally tickled me. I was happy that it wasn't busted. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and pull this thing off and get our horizontal mill on here. Maybe let's pop out of there. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to find a place to put that head. The thing's probably about 250, 300 pounds. And that'd ruin somebody's day if it fell on them. Let's get this out of the way. I'll take it over here and set it down here on the table. We got it over that chair. Hope you're all well. Just dropped the camera. Big oops. Okay. This head down on the table. Then we have to pick up the dividing head. Okay, we're going to try to lift this dividing head up because I don't feel like lifting it myself. Okay, we're going to let her down now. That's no good. There's a key at the bottom of the dividing head that fits right into the slot. So she is home. Yeah, just need to clean her up. She's been dirty for a long time. First time using this dividing head. It came with the machine. You can see it set up that you could run it off a gear. We're doing 5-roll gears and stuff. Had to jury rig that to get that up. Okay, I'm going to turn you off while I get this all set up, and I'll bring you back in a few. Okay, so I've got my machine set up. Just got it running. I was having some electrical issues, and so I've been fighting that. It's just about I think 1:30 in the morning, and I'm going to call it quits. So I'm just about set up. I don't have that in proper position yet, but I'm just out of steam. So I'm going to continue this in the morning, and we'll continue the video then as well. So anyway, we'll start machining this puppy in the morning. We're going to be making some gears. Well, that was a bummer. Sorry I left you hanging. You haven't been watching nothing anyway.